we will definitely share this in the G Spot event as well as on the G Spot. So Beaux is checking in there right now. We're just waiting on him to join in. What up,
What's
Beaux?
up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm right here, y'all. What's going on? We had a little technical difficulty, but we all right now.
We out here. We're gonna make it work, baby. We're gonna figure this shit out by the next time we do it. Okay. So we're
Definitely.
just gonna do a quick run through, kind of go through some of the stuff we wanted to talk about tonight. We did have a couple of questions in the inbox, so we won't be able to have the people participate fully. But if you're watching, please, comment, inbox us, and let us know any questions, comments you have. We'll bring it on, carry it over to the next go round. So Beaux Blaqk, excited for you to be here with us. Photographer, musician, writer, personality, and you and I, we go way back. We go way back before you became Beaux Blaqk.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. In fact, you were the ones who inspired me to use the name after I told you where it came from and what it was. So yeah, we go back.
And you hail from the beautiful city of Brooklyn.
One is a borough. Two, I'm from Bed-Stuy first. We had this conversation.
So we had the conversation. I have to say Bed-Stuy a certain way. And I always thought Brooklyn was a city. The borough shit always throws me off, so my bad.
It's all right. It's all right. It's a New York thing. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn is where
That's right.
from.
Yeah. Yes.
So yeah, the G Spot, we get gangster, we get gully, we get goddess-like, God-like. The G just represents love and realness, and we want to bring that to you every time. God is love, and so that G is strong for us. Beaux wrote 3 different articles for the G Spot, which, thank you, Beaux, they were fabulous. The first one is What the Fuck is Love? And the second one, Shut the Fuck Up and Listen. And the third one we're going to talk about tonight is Healing is Ours. Get you some. So I want to, before we get started, hopefully everybody can see this. Just getting it up to
Everybody can see it. It's good.
Okay. All right. So y'all can't tip us live in the video, but feel free to tip us at any point in time. That Cash App will not change. You are watching the G Spot Presents Beaux Knows. Talk about it Tuesday. I want to give a special shout out to a few of very important people to me. Tattoos by Ty. That's at Tattoos by Ty. You can catch him on Instagram as well as Facebook, and he actually gave me a newer version. I don't know why it didn't convert over, but sorry about that, Ty. I'll make sure we have that updated logo. And yours truly, the G Spot and Final Cut Multimedia. You can find them at finalcutmultimedia.com. Final Cut Multimedia on Vimeo. Tyrell Scott is doing major stuff over there. Just really sharp video production. So check them out. Final Cut Multimedia everywhere. Google it. And then Instagram, we got Beaux Blaqk with us. So check them out on Instagram at Beaux Blaqk. BLAQK. First name Beaux. All right, y'all. So we're gonna just jump right into it because I feel like, Beaux, you took us on a journey, right? So what the fuck is love kind of felt like, okay, a person trying to kind of explore and figure out what love feels like, and then shut the fuck up and listen. They get to that point where they're in a relationship and now it's like, okay, conflict, you motherfuckers, y'all need to listen. And then the last one is Healing is Ours, Get You Some. It's like, okay, you know what? I have to realize my part in relationships and work on myself so I can be better when I enter into future partnerships. So just jumping right into it, Beaux. What the fuck is love? You had a quote in there that I liked, and it says, "We fucking up though. Love has been weaponized these days. Applicable across all interpersonal relationships, love has become a tool. One used to support the shoddy foundation of ego and pride." So let's talk to us about that a little bit. Where does that come from? What was the inspiration behind this particular piece that you wrote?
The inspiration behind that was my own experience with love and my expectations um, about love and how I've expressed love and how I've interpreted love. We tend to, as my experience has shown me, we tend to use love as an excuse to be assholes. I'll give you an example. Family. Family. That's a non-romantic interpersonal relationship where we allow those closest to us the most opportunities to hurt us because of a genetic connection. And we do. And that's where the weaponization of love comes from. Because now the only reason why we're connected through this familial bond is this forged expectation because of that genetic bond. And we can all tell stories of that bond being used against us, whether it be talking about us, not listening to us, ignoring us, abusing us. I can go on.
I know, I like that. And just to backtrack, I noticed that like a couple of your blogs have like this derogatory language to it. So what is it with the cuss words and shit?
Well, here's the thing. And I know cats have run this term in the ground 100%, but I'm real. And I think in real terms and I think in real ways. And I speak in the same way. Sometimes a well-placed fuck gives you the right sort of emphasis that you need to get something off. And on top of that, I would be remiss in my degree from the Samuel Jackson and Bernie Mac school of motherfucker if I didn't pepper my speech with some good shit. You feel me?
I hear you. I hear you. I can dig it. I can dig it, bro.
Yeah.
So I know like there was and I don't think I can bring this up. I'm gonna try to bring it up. But you may not be able to see it. But shut the fuck up and listen. I actually enjoy that one a lot. Let me see if I can share this screen. So this is the G-Spot page, and this is the article. And I know this photo, we talked about it, you said that you hated it. Hate is a strong word. Why hate?
I took that picture in the midst of a very tumultuous point in my life. You guys can't tell, but I'm wearing a safety vest. I was working for a utility location company, and I was in a very dark place emotionally. And I took that picture. It's sort of like a marker, I guess, because I was very stoic. I was non-emotional. I wasn't very expressive. I had a lot going on inside, and you know, when I look at that picture and you see the heat and all the fire, that's what I put around it because that's what I was feeling when I took that picture. So like, it was really crazy when I took that picture. So to look at it, you know, just takes me back there, and it's just like I don't, you know, it's where I've been, and it was just a very dark time. I just don't like to look at it, but it's okay, and it's apropos for the article that you put up, so it works.
I would agree. It definitely fits the damn title. All right, so one of the quotes you had in this particular piece is, we want to jump on each point we disagree with. We get angry when we can't interrupt. We stop engaging, honestly, because we can't dominate the exchange. It's terrible how childish and arrogant in our communication we can be. Is this something that you've witnessed on both sides of the spectrum, male and female?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. And again, I'll say this is not just in the romantic sense. You just watch two people engage in a conversation in general, and you'll notice that people just don't listen to the other person when they're talking, regardless of subject matter, place, time, purpose, point, whatever.
Why do you think that is?
Insecurity and judgment.
Insecure, and what are they fearful of? Being judged.
Judgment. Yes, exactly. Judgment. See, the way I see it, looking like you don't know what you're talking about, or let's just generalize it, being wrong means that you're stupid. And if you're stupid, you have no value. You have no worth. So you defend against that. Even though that's not what the option is, that's where a lot of people come from, if they think far enough back into it.
So people are fearful of being invalid,
Yes,
being valuable.
yes. And the reason for that, the reason why is because we seek out value from others as opposed to appreciating and developing it within ourselves. Because once you achieve that sort of self-security within yourself, you don't need to have it validated from someone else.
So we actually had a question that was sent to us prior to, and the young woman wanted to know, how can she work on just improving a relationship during COVID-19, during quarantine, where you're around your partner all the time? Like, what ways can you not get on each other's nerves or even build the intimacy?
I would suggest, and I'm single man, I'm by myself. I got my roommate, but he's all right. But for those of you who are cohabitating and quarantined with your mates, I would venture this. Take some time, rather, to remember why you guys got together. What it was about your partner, your companion, your mate, your lover, hopefully your friend, that got you guys together. And if you can't remember, now too is the time to try to re-spark something new. Because just because you can't remember what was does not mean you can't create something new. You guys have all the opportunity now to talk. Now is not the time to hold grudges. Now is not the time to not listen or hold things in that you wish to say. Now, of course, you need to say them in a safe environment. I'm not just telling you to walk into it. And that's for guys and girls. Everybody needs to be safe. But at the same time, we need to be able to communicate. We need to be able to understand each other. We need to know how to love each other, how to appreciate each other, how to speak each other's love language. I mean, if you love that person that you're with, I mean, there's nothing that you wouldn't do within reason to let that person know that you love them. At least it's my philosophy.
Sure.
So having been with someone now, I'd really be taking that time to try to reestablish a new beginning for when this is over, because life as we know it has changed. And if anything, we know that life is growth and adaptation, and every aspect of your life should mimic that. And one of the aspects of that life, that mimicry, it should come in your relationships.
So you said something important, Beaux. You mentioned love, and when you love somebody, that kind of supersedes everything. But you also, in What the Fuck Is Love, talked about love being a choice.
Right.
And it was hard for me to grasp that, because I'm like, okay, there's certain people I love that shit, I don't want to love them, or I can't help that I love them. I don't choose to. It's just naturally there. But you feel different about that.
I do, only because I have analyzed for myself what love was. And I've come to the conclusion that love is a series of choices that we make, a series of positive choices that we make in different aspects of our lives. Integrity. Now, that means no inboxes. That means no side numbers. That means no entertaining of outsiders. Your man ain't, your girl, nobody got to know, but you do. Integrity is doing the right thing because it's the right thing. If you've committed to a relationship, then your integrity should dictate your behavior. If your loyalty is only as strong as your options, you got some other stuff you think about before you start thinking about relationships. Communication is love because you have to express your love language, your expectations, your desires, what you don't love, what you love, what is, what is not, everything. You have to express it. You can't sit and expect the person to know what you want just because they love you.
Absolutely. Now I can definitely agree with that. I can certainly understand. Um, excuse me, you mentioned communication, and we have a little meme here that says communication isn't just verbal, chemistry isn't just physical. And then we had to take a little nab at the ladies because of the little joke that's out there that we never shut up. And I was wondering if your article was about women or was it about men and women in general?
Every article that I write, unless otherwise specified, is for human beings.
Human beings.
For us. Because we all need to heal. We all need to be heard. We all want love. We all want understanding. We all want companionship. We all want security. So the things that the conclusions that I've come to are for everyone.
Right on, Beaux. All right, let's look at your last article that we're going to talk about this evening, which I really love. I think it's very important for men to feel comfortable with expressing themselves or to even talk about the difficulty that comes with expressing themselves and emotion. So healing is ours, get you some. We have all been hurt, ignored, cast aside, teased, abused, or generally mistreated by someone at some time in our lives. And then you go on to say, as men who hurt, we aren't allowed socially to emote and show our pain and frustration. So talk to us a bit about what you mean when you say emote and not, as men, not having the ability to show emotion.
The culture in which boys are raised isn't one rife with emotional instruction. We're encouraged to be aggressive. We're encouraged to be angry, physical. We're allowed happiness in so much as, humor, jokes. But when it comes to the more intricate emotions that we do feel, we're never taught how to process, like despair.
Yeah.
Despair is a very deep emotion that every human feels, but I think men have a harder time with it only because we're not taught how to process these emotions. So we fall back into what we're familiar with, and it comes out as anger and aggression. And I'll tell you this, I was so angry for most of my life. I'm so terribly angry about so very many different things for most of my life, and I didn't allow myself to feel emotions because it made me feel weak, because that's what they put in your mind. So
but boys are socialized to think emotions are bad.
Well, not necessarily bad, but for girls.
Okay.
And then that puts us over into the whole patriarchy thing, which I think we could save for another conversation, so much as how boys view emotion, weakness, and automatically assume girls.
Yeah.
Which is bullshit, because, I come from a family of strong women. I don't know this inherent weakness and this thing that men have. I'm just fortunate enough to have the women in my family be who they are, but apparently this is an expectation for men. But the healing is required. like I said in my article, we've all, male and female, been hurt, betrayed, cast aside, let down, abused, and some of us, most of us, we get stuck at that place where that trust, however it was formed, and we need to figure out how to get past it. And as men, it'll be, I'm not saying this, I'm gonna start no shit, men and women. But for men, it's harder because it requires a level of vulnerability that we're not familiar with.
Absolutely.
And I think he's difficult because I understand women are more intrinsically in tune with their emotions and they're encouraged to emote. Men, however, we've been retarded in that regard. And I hate using that word. It's not in it, retarded does mean to stifle. I'm not using it in the
disability sense. Understood.
Right.
Yeah.
But we gotta heal. We gotta go through a process, and healing is a lot of work.
I'm going to try to practice my Bed-Stuy Brooklyn accent on this last little piece that you wrote.
All right, let me hear it.
Listen up, bruvs. We gotta heal. We gotta talk. Uh-oh. Hold on.
Yeah, you want me to get that?
No, yeah, you wanna take
You want me to do it?
Yes, do it at your
Yeah, let me do that.
Bed-Stuy.
Yo, listen up, bro. We gotta heal. Real talk. We gotta talk the shit we feel. Our frustrations, the disappointment, the hurts, the secrets. If not, to trust this friend. Find a therapist. Holding it in is putting undue pressure on. I personally need you to know that you can choose to let it go. Everything, your entire life, has been a series of choices. Think of it in the terms of music theory, major and minor chords, good and bad things, sounds and good, all that. Your choices, your life is comprised of good and bad choices. That tells the story. Now, are you listening to your story? Or are you letting somebody else tell your story?
Wow.
When you start healing, you get to tell your own story. Because now the dialogue is not about how you hurt, but how you healed and then how you live.
How you feel and how you live.
That man.
I like that. And that's so simple, yet so profound, Yeah. All right. So I think we have one more question before we get out of here. But we do want to thank folks who were able to join and apologize for those who were looking forward to the live and we just had a technical issue and couldn't get it together. Promise you we'll have it in place for the next time. Definitely tip drives at Cash App, GSpotMe. Anything helps to support productions and ideas, etc. We have a lot of more stuff coming your way. But before we get out,
lot of more.
What was that, Beaux?
I said we got a lot of more. I got content upon content upon content. I got ideas. Let's get this shit. You feel me?
Let's get this shit, baby. But we did have one more question.
I got a 5 fucking mouth.
Say it again.
Okay. No, I said I got a 5 fucking mouth, but go ahead, do your thing.
So one of the guys wants to know how can he take steps to heal? How can he take steps to, because it's not traditionally okay as a Black man, according to his comment, to seek therapy and things of that nature. What will be the first steps he can take just to kind of try to go toward that direction of healing?
The first thing that you need to do, and I feel that he's done that by asking the question, is realize that you need healing. Once you realize you need healing, I guess the second step would be understanding what you need healing from. Then it's why. What happened?
Yeah.
How do you feel about what happened? Who did what? And you got to see that shit for what it is, not for how you want it to be, not for how it should be. None of that. You got to be and honest. You don't make yourself look good and everybody else look bad. No, not. You got to be honest with yourself. And with those people is that you get to see that you fucked up somewhere, and most people don't want to see that. They don't want to feel that. And that's the part where that cognitive dissonance pushes people back. And they say, I don't want to do this. Fuck this. I'd rather remain than heal. You got to keep pushing. I always use the analogy. The load is greatest. It's heaviest. Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I kind of lost my train of thought.
But
you were kind of in and out too.
No, I just say the load is heavy. It's just before you.
So you're breaking up a little bit, Beaux. I think it's because maybe you're moving around.
To sum up what I was saying. How was I now? I'm good.
You good? You're good.
Okay. Just to sum up, healing is a process. I began my healing journey 2 years ago, but my grandson was born. Yes, I have a grandson.
Okay. Papa.
And he's 2. That's my pop. What's up, Eva? I forgot to give Eva a pop. Lollipop gang, shout out.
What up, Eva?
When he was born, it changed my life. I mean, I felt like it was my birthday the day he was born, February 7th. It changed my life because I realized that who I had been up until the point where he was born, he would never know. It's not his experience. No matter what someone would tell him, it wouldn't be a part of his experience. And who I was from that point forward would be his experience. So he was my inspiration. He is my inspiration.
I think that is.
So that put me on my healing journey because then I had to figure it out.
I think that is fucking beautiful, Beaux. That's very beautiful and selfless.
Thank you.
Awesome.
I went through the ringer. There were nights I cried. There were days I didn't sleep. I went through it. It hurt. It was a lot. One day, what was it? 3 days, I think. Almost straight for 3 days. I don't know what was going on. I sound like Tone Loc. My voice is like, I don't know, but it was a process. I went through several stages to get here, processing all of that stuff that I had gone through. Seriously. And it was worth it. I swear, I get butterflies in my stomach when I think about me now.
Wow. I think that's a beautiful story. I too have a grandchild, so I understand the beauty of that different kind of love. It's definitely a different kind of love and almost inexplainable, but the legacy, the continuation of your bloodline is so powerful and life-changing. So I definitely can identify. I just want to give another shout out again to @Tattoos by Ty. Check them out, Instagram, Facebook. Check out Beaux Blaqk @Beaux Blaqk on Instagram. He also has his Facebook link down there. And Final Cut Multimedia. Check out Terrell Scott, doing all the greatest stuff with productions and so forth. Thank you all for joining us. Any last parting words, Beaux?
You cut out a little bit.
Oh, I said any last parting words.
Listen, we're gonna come to you guys after next week. We'll take a break next week, but Lady G and I have a lineup of topics, and we hope that you guys engage with us and we can get a real dialogue going about healing, about love, about communication, about Black lives. I mean, everything. This is our time, and these are our platforms, and these are our voices. And I really, 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 really want us to really get this thing going and start something new for our kids. The legacy that we begin now benefits them later. I want to leave you with that. Also, never fucking live, yo. Don't let nobody take your life. Don't tell you that you are less than who you are. And if nobody else love you, Bo love you, baby.
All right, well, and Lady G loves you, and Jilly G loves Bo, and everybody else. Thank y'all again for watching, taking the time. We will be back. We will get better, and it will be the motherfucking bomb, baby. We out. Love y'all.
Love y'all. Be good.